Episode 148. It's a little drafty in here. You hear that breeze?
I sure do.
It's very cold. Caleb, would you stoke us a fire?
Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you. Well, Caleb's working on the fire. I would like to talk to you about how I feel like I'm Matt Damon in The Martian before I get ready to go anywhere. Because I'm a bike rider. I ride my bike everywhere. When I'm downstairs getting ready to leave, I'm maybe like 4 or 5 layers in. So I feel very like ready to go explore. Martian's pretty good.
Yeah, The Martian is pretty good. I would say it's very good, in fact. But yeah, it's an ordeal to go anywhere. You got to make sure you have everything, especially before you put your gloves on. Because if you forget anything and you put your gloves on, forget about it. It's just, you may as well just give up and stay home forever.
Ooh, that's nice. Good work, Caleb.
Thanks.
No problem.
We have an episode prepared for you, and no, I didn't lose a bet. Probably.
No, he's wearing those pajamas for fun.
All right. In you go.
So Narvi's 80, Breadbreaker's 81, Scooter Boot's 82. So with 2 81s and an 82, which will be doing extra damage in this raid, I think that we can do it.
We might be able to.
So in front of our building, we have just 2 street parking spots, and they're always full during the day. I don't ever expect to get one during the day, but at nighttime I can sometimes or usually find one. So I'm following a car tonight down the road, and he pulls over like he's going to take one of the spots. And then I noticed that both spots are there, available, and I'm like, yeah! So I also turn on my blinker, and I pull in behind him, and he stops in the first one.
That's someone else? Oh, no.
No, not someone else, but he just stopped in the first one. So I just sat there behind him. He still didn't move, so I reversed, pulled around him, and parallel parked in front of him. And I'm like,
well, who stops in the first one?
who stops at the first one? That's exactly
Was
what...
was it a person who was like new to driving and didn't know the etiquette, do you think?
I think he was rolling a doobie, and he was too interested in his own to take other people's concerns into consideration.
Just a selfish.
Oh!
I'm doing everything on you.
I'm dead.
Yeah, I couldn't keep up with that. Why is it going faster?
Well, this is a raid for 25 people.
But, like it was like...
Oh, it just actually released me, and I'm alive.
Yeah, I'm alive too.
So, to
Should I
chat,
cancel this mass? Oops.
I was healing Narvi with everything I had.
Should I cancel this
We
mass?
just had a lot of mobs. We had more than just one mob, and it's a raid for 20.
Nice, okay.
Well, for 10, right?
Well, this one I think is set to 25 because of its like legacy or whatever. I don't know.
Well, how do I not do that?
I don't know if we can anymore.
Everybody out.
Change what? The level to like...
Well, I wanted it to be a 10-man raid, because I think we could do a 10-man raid of level 80.
With 5 of us,
with the 6 of us.
Oh yeah, 6 of us. What is that thing? Argmar the Tinker. What's his name? Hackman of Argus.
You can repair your stuff if you die.
Okay, got it. Let's go.
Was it 10?
Oh,
Wiggity,
nice.
wiggity, wiggity, whack. Alright. So this should be roughly 1.5 times easier. So from what I remember, a Nubricon is basically just a tank and spank, but whenever an ad comes out,
It
we deal
stunned
with it.
the insect from Bloody Roar.
Oh my gosh, I love that game!
Wait, should we all clump up first? Okay.
Yeah.
It's like you were getting mighty runny there, Narvi.
Runny.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, a noob.
Let's get him.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Just,
you
I'll give you a little taste.
Doesn't it look
Taste
like
me.
stun, Caleb?
It does look like Stun. Stun was, well, when I was younger, my favorite character was Bakuryu, the mole guy.
Were you Bloody Roar 2 or Bloody Roar 3 or...
The one that I played the most was Primal Fury, which was the
Oh, for the GameCube one, yeah.
Yeah, but I also played 2.
Oh, we got ads.
Stun gets huge.
Goodness
Yeah.
got him.
Cool,
Goodness
he's like
is gonna need heals.
he's the off tank, I guess.
Yeah.
The off tank.
That's actually the
Shade.
technological term. So what's it like healing for 2 tanks, Britbreaker?
Oh, whoa!
Look at
I'm
my
up in the
mana.
air.
I can't.
Oh, well, I don't have any.
I'll
So this
conjure-
is
I'll
the
conjure-
real world.
I'll conjure you another table.
Goodness.
Goodness sake!
For goodness' sake,
Goodness
heal
is
him.
dead.
No, he's not.
Kill a noob!
Heal him.
Just the kind of information I can expect.
Die, a noobricon,
Come
die!
on.
Oh, what a close one.
Wait, what? We got 200 experience for that?
Is
Plute.
that it?
I need mana.
Okay,
I need mana, Plute.
alright.
Ooh, that got pretty loud.
So, I guess this is a thing that people like to hear about, but I have spent the last 2 weekends introducing my sons to Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm almost, in some ways, I feel a little shame admitting this, but I don't know that I have ever actually sat down and watched them, like, as a project, to, like, sit down and watch front to back without, you know, like, being distracted or anything. Because I feel like in this watch through of both A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back, like, I sort of got the complete picture of them.
Are you going to do the funky order?
No, I did 4 and then 5, and then I'll do 6. Although I worry that 6 is, I don't know, a little more scary.
Well, it's supposed to have a way darker ending than that party. It's supposed to be a much darker ending. But it is a darker movie.
Well, I don't want to show. I think that they're too young for the first 3.
Yeah.
Because they look better, and I think that they show more violence than, you know, it's like they didn't have the technology to, like, really,
Yeah.
you know, like when Leia's under the Millennium Falcon and the bats are flying around, it, like, builds it up to be really scary, and then the bats, like, you see a wing, and she's like, you know, it's like, yeah, if that movie was made today, you would see, like, a horrendous face of a bat.
That's really
Eating a
interesting
child.
because when the Phantom Menace came out, I was a kid, and I had previously, when I was very young, watched the original 3, and when I watched Phantom Menace, I remember remarking to myself that I felt like it was more kid-friendly.
Oh?
Yeah, I thought that.
Well, I haven't seen it in a long time.
Maybe that's just because Jar Jar Binks was in it. I don't know.
Well, isn't the funky order? I forget what its name, but there's an order where you watch 4, 5, 2, 3, and then 6.
I thought it went in back and forth. I thought it was 4, 1, 5, 2.
I
6,
thought
3.
1 is skipped completely because I've heard most people hate it.
Yeah. Oh, but you've heard the recent theory, right? That
What?
gets people back into the
Oh, the
idea
Jar
of
Jar
watching it.
Binks is a Sith?
It's
Sith
Kylo
Lord.
Ren,
No.
the character from the trailers of like that Jar Jar, because it's like I'm gonna finish what Anakin started, and Jar Jar was really close to Anakin.
If Jar Jar is a Sith, that makes Qui-Gon look like an asshole for saving him.
Yeah. So
No,
wait,
no. Obi-Wan.
That's not what the point is at all. The point is, like, if he's an idiot as Jar Jar and he's, like, totally off his rocker.
There's
let's-
another theory about the 6th one that we see something that we don't realize we're watching is that Luke turns to the dark side. And that's how he gets the power to beat Vader and the Emperor. Because he does what the Emperor tells him to. You have to do this to beat Vader. You have to turn. And he doesn't lose his cool until he starts saying you'll never be able to save your friends. And then you see him, like, that emotional outburst. It's like, he's turned, now he has the power, he does both. Because you can be on the dark side and not be, like, actively pursuing evil. It's just you've gone into emotion, you've gone to that side.
He accessed the dark side.
Yeah, and so that's why I think when we see him in this new trailer putting his middle hand on R2, it's in fire. It's in, like, red, and it's dark, and he's got this dark cloak, and so I think he's been... I'm really interested to see where Luke is now, because also the way he's saying, because it's presumably Mark Hamill's voice that says, the Force is strong in my family.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and the tone he's got in it really sounds kind of like, hey, I've pulled something over on it. Like, the Force is strong in my family. It sounds a little bit like Marty McFly. He's got a little attitude going.
I found it curious that Yoda had said when he's leaving the swamp, Ben says he's our only hope, and then Yoda says, actually, there's another hope.
Yeah.
He goes, there's another. He's not the only one.
He also says like you'll never, you'll succumb to the dark side if you don't complete your training.
Yeah, and he says I'll come back, I'll promise.
Yeah, and he doesn't go back. He does succumb to the dark side, and Yoda's always right. I believe Yoda's always right.
Well, he says it when he can't be sure.
Yeah.
But when he says something like that, it seems like he is right.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this fight.
I think it would be really funny to see Jar Jar as a Sith, but bad for this Star Wars franchise.
Yeah, just like... Oh, and don't stand in that fire, by the way, that she makes. Yeah, they should just kind of like forget about Jar Jar, I think.
Well, they did. He's not in any of the other. Like he's at a 3-movie hiatus. Why was he come back now?
Yeah.
He did 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. He's like, nah, I'm gonna do Sith stuff.
Well, it would be so funny to see just like a bumbling fool as a Sith.
Yeah.
Misa found him. What do we say to death, Narby? Not today.
See you again soon.
Well.
Or have you seen Red Waker recently?
Yeah,
Yeah, me either.
I'm at a strudel. I'll res you.
You're at a strudel?
You're not forgotten.
Oh, the off-tankage. I'll dig it. Heal me back up while Gootness is dying.
I'm trying to heal you both. Heal me up while Gootness is dying.
Okay, I'm dead.
Alright.
Killer!
All heals on Gootness.
We got her.
Oh, that's the opposite of what I wanted to
Yeah,
happen.
nice cushy 178.
Heal me up while Gootness is dying.